All right, we got some more VTuber news from our favorite bunny girl. Wait, let me think about this. Fourth favorite bunny girl. All right, let's go ahead and get these VTuber news out of the way. We're talking about some
Welcome back,
weirdo
my
in the emails.
delinquents. We have a kind of interesting topic floating around at the moment. I think React streamer SmugAlana has been getting some interesting
SmugAlana.
emails in their personal email that
Okay.
are honestly unbelievably.
Hmm. Not an not an age thing. Consent is maturity. Oh, I already know where this is going, bro. This is about to get weird. All right. A pure child can't consent because they know nothing about adulthood. A mature child can consent because they most likely know more than even adults do. Let's stop saying kids can't consent and stop with the immature adults issue, please. So this is beyond a bad take. This is beyond an L take. This is definitely a take where I can't even like I guess like what he's trying to say is a child can consent because they might be more mature than some adults. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, bro. Like children, even if you want to say like this children is wise or this kid is like ahead of its time, does not mean they have the right to give their own consent when it comes to anything when it comes to adulthood. They're still a child, right? You could be the smartest kid in the book, bro. You could be like young Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. You could be so bright. That does not mean you are ready for the emotions that are attached when it comes to having intercourse. Okay. Being smart enough to know what sex is and the feelings that go inside of it are two different things. And I feel like this is obvious for anybody that's actually had any sexual experience at a actual pleasant age. Because it like legitimately, if you're looking at sex more than just, just doing it for fun, obviously you would realize children aren't able to conceive of this, right? How could they know? They're just a child. On top of that, like how, like and let's even make it easy, right? How many people have you heard of that went and got a tattoo at like age 13 and by the age of 20 they realized it was a bad idea? Yeah, having sex is definitely way more risky than getting a tattoo. So yeah, obviously this is a L take. Let's continue.
Crazy, but
Yeah, this is crazy.
there is a reason I'm connecting these two stories, because if you weren't around a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of debate about VTuber managers.
Oh yeah, we talked about
And are
this.
they really just VTuber boyfriends? And why would an indie have a VTuber manager?
We already
And
talked
you're
about
going to
this.
be
I don't
saying
want to
this
go
is
over it
Ellie,
again.
because I'm pretty sure like a lot of these act channels and others were joined in on the meme saying like no manager and stuff. But I think this is a good example of why a lot of indies spend $100 a month or something. And I'm going to be real with you, a lot of managers are more like assistants because they most get low tier assistants. But to go through their schedules and emails, and this is exactly why, because no one wants to read this.
Yeah,
No
that's
one
weird.
wants to see these emails.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to just in general, whatever your size is as an entertainer, it is important to get a manager. Now, is it as important if you have 1,000 subscribers versus 100,000? No, it's not. But that being said, it is important to have a manager because your job should be focused on making content. And if you have somebody that's checking your emails, checking your analytics, figuring out what trends are popping off, if they're even doing like your social media, that's a big help. And if you're going to grow a channel, grow a career, grow a business, you probably need as much help as you can get.
So pretty much the gist is that a creepy, I want to say, Mex offender just spewed a bunch of information
Well, hold on. I wouldn't, we'll see, but be careful when you just be throwing around these
in
labels.
her email trying to argue the age of consent or something.
That's crazy.
It's very weird and deranged. We're gonna read over it. It's honestly what the hell. But this is exactly why a
Bro
lot
is
of
unhinged.
streamers or a lot of companies in general have someone that specifically goes through emails, because no one wants to read this crap. The last thing you want to know is that people like this exist. What the hell? And
I
I'm like,
mean,
I've
yeah,
seen some stuff on the internet and I'm like, what the
yeah,
hell
that's
is this?
crazy. The
Just
other
like,
side of
why does someone
humanity
like this
type shit.
exist with these opinions? But let's get into it. And don't trust me, you can see for yourself.
Yeah,
We are
let me see
now
it.
in the detective room going over these emails, which is
Bro, like there's a pedophile in my email. Damn, that's
gonna
crazy.
make you roll your eyes a bazillion times.
That's
I'm not gonna lie
crazy.
to you guys, these are a bit rough. But
Okay.
this seems to be just to be having a one-sided debate with her online in her emails, and
A
everyone's gonna be
debate.
case. Of course, they have a furry profile pic. Not all furries, guys. As far as I'm aware, there's
Bro,
some
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Furries, y'all been having it rough since like the 2010s, man. Like y'all definitely need to tighten up because I know a lot of y'all be freaky. Okay, it's okay for y'all to be freaky, but y'all be letting in the actual freaks in is wild.
very just normal people, but for some reason they do gravitate to this fandom. But let's go.
Hmm.
There's a pedo bear in my emails trying to argue
A
with me
pedo
that
bear.
children can consent to sex with adults.
That's
I hate
crazy.
my life. And this is exactly why some people give $100 or $200 just to do their emails, schedules, whatever. So this started with a pinning a comment. I pinned his comment on YouTube 4 months ago because they said this dumb shit. Now they're crying in my emails about they're getting harassed for making a public comment about wanting to be with children. Is this the
Wow, what a
consequences of my
surprise.
own actions? I think it is. Guys, if you say something public, people can do whatever the frick they want with it. That's kind of how it is. You can change, you can apologize it, whatever. I'm surprised there's 106 likes on this, but like people
I'm surprised he ain't deleted.
can do whatever they want with public
That's crazy.
information. You cannot control it. This is something people have been talking about for literally since the existence of the internet almost. Not any age
Pretty
thing
much.
consent. It's maturity. I
Bro.
always find it weird with people like this. They try and sound really smart, but they can't string a sentence together that sounds right. A
Hmm.
pure child can't consent because they know nothing about adulthood.
A pure
I don't
child.
trust no one.
Yeah, bro. Like the difference between a pure child and a mature child. Like definitely. Go ahead and point them out in the kindergarten, you freaking
Who
weirdo.
says a pure child being
What
real?
the
A
hell?
mature child can consent
Oh
because they
my
most likely
gosh.
know more than even adults do. A child knows more than even adults do. I'm sorry if there's any kids in this comments, you don't. Like, you can be maturer than your age, but you don't know more than like all adults do. It does not mean you're not a child. You can be a bit wiser than your years, but that doesn't mean you have to be doing adult things. It
True.
just means you got a bit more of a step ahead.
Yeah.
Let's
Then
stop saying kids
ahead of
can't
other
consent and
children.
stop with the immature adult issue, please. How is that an immature adult issue? And if it's an adult issue, why are kids bringing it into consent? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It literally does not make sense.
I feel like I don't need to add anything, man. The bunny cop over here, she got it on lock. She doesn't need my help.
If it is an adult issue, it should remove kids, meaning kids cannot be involved in a
Oh,
consent
brother. This is
issue
so
because they
awkward.
can't consent.
This is
They're
weird.
counteracting themselves so much. And now, as they say, can we bring back asylums, please? Honestly, there's a lot of people online that need extra help. I'm not saying
They
asylums,
do need
but
help.
extra
They do
care
need no, they
and
need
mental health
they
and stuff.
definitely
But
need help,
sometimes they just won't change. It's just like, oh my
which is
god.
sad.
From kids technically being able to consent as consent is just yes or no, and not seeing some invisible force that adults get to
Ah, from kids technically being able to consent as consent is just yes or no. Some invisible force that adults just get to say is a thing. To even May youth and how when I was a youngling, I would have fully I'm guess it's gonna say considered and even knew what porn was. I'd had watched it without my parents' knowledge. And look how you turned out, bro. Like, look how you turned out, bro. Like, bro, this is definitely not a flex, right? Again, just because you may have watched porn as a kid does not mean you know what it is to have sexual relations as a child. Like these two things are not the same thing. These you can't conflict the two, right? We even say as adults that if you are addicted to porn or just pornography in general changes the way that you see sex, right? You see it as a form of entertainment, as a form of fun, as a sometimes even a game, right? So like using I watched porn as a kid is definitely not a valid reason with your whole oh it's okay for children to try and consent. Like no bro, you are just weird, point blank period. You are just weird. Like even when I am over analyzing this, right, I shouldn't even have to over analyze. I should barely have to look at this and just be like, yeah, no, you're wrong. But I'm gonna sit here and break down why you're wrong, which I already did, bro. Like kids cannot consent. It doesn't make sense. So you're saying, oh, telling me because you walked into a kid and they were able to explain something that the average kid couldn't. You're gonna say, maybe I should put my pee pee in them. What?
say is a thing. idea, I think they are
It's
completely missing the point of what
crazy.
consent is. It's informed consent, as in
Ooh,
they
brother.
know or what it means to consent.
And they
It's the same
absolutely
thing.
don't. Just because you know what sex is does not mean you can grasp the full issues that come with this idea. Like whenever you're letting somebody inside of you or you're going inside somebody else, right? This is a transfer of energy between adults, bro. Kids cannot grasp this. Like they cannot mentally understand this. Sure, you can watch people do it in a video. That does not mean you know what the emotions are that are involved with this. On top of a risk, which could be having a child. But I guess if you're into children, I mean, technically speaking, you don't got to worry about that, you sick little weirdo.
Contract, if you sign a contract but you couldn't possibly know what you were actually consenting to, it's invalid. It can say yes and
Yeah,
no.
and this has been proven in law, right? The rapper Little Pump, right? Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. A big, I think it was Interscope, but a big record label saw him and they were like, "Oh, we can make a lot of money off this kid," and they signed him, and he was 16 years old. And then he got out of his record deal and got all that money and that advancement for free. Why? Because he was a kid when he signed the label deal. So when he took the label company to court so he could get his freedom back, the court had no choice but to give it to him because he's a kid. So it's on the record label's fault for trying to take advantage of a kid. And you think like the same thing is not going to happen with this type of conversation? Like, bro, no, like no, this is not making sense, bro.
But do they
This is crazy.
understand what
No,
that
they don't.
means?
Kids
That
don't
is
understand
really
anything.
the crutch of this situation. Most kids don't understand what the hell they're even saying yes or no to. To even my
Sure.
youth and how when I was a youngling, I would have fully consented and even knew what porn was. So, and I watched it without my parents' knowledge, and it is why I love women so much as I do now.
You love women or you love the idea of being with women because those are two different things.
I don't know what consuming
Like I love women, but it's not like I want to sleep with all women. I love women because women are just important to life.
porn has anything to do with loving women.
Like,
I
that's
don't. I think
crazy.
he's like seeing
That's
loving women
crazy.
and wanting to have smacks with
Yes,
women.
bro. He's weird.
They're really different things.
Bro, how
Being a
old is he? I feel like somebody that's writing like this and talking like this, they're like 18, right? This person is barely even an adult. This is somebody that is too young to even understand what they're typing. Because, bro, there's nobody that developed a frontal lobe, developed a frontal lobe fully would ever say any of this shit, right? If this person was 20, there's no way this person is over the age of 20. I can say that. Bro, there's no way because if you are, bro, you must have got held back in school or something twice.
attracted to women and loving a woman are
'Cause that's
two different
crazy.
feelings. One's lust, one's love. I'd reasonably say you should avoid putting these comments on your channel in the future if you're missing context, like in my case. Thanks, and I hope you continue to making your content. You can do whatever they want. As much as for lols, if you make a public comment, it could be pinned. He could easily edit his comment and change the problem or add context, but he didn't. Because as he's just yambling. I don't know why every time I see a story like this, they just ramble and don't really make a good point. It's
Because
just
they
a
don't
lot
know
of
what they're
jibber
saying.
jabber.
They're just
They will just
jibber jabber.
talk and talk and talk until
Jibber
you
jabber.
agree with them, which is pretty much an uneducated person
Yes.
debate. They will just talk and talk until you're sick with them and then go, oh shut up. And that's how they win an argument. It's not because they're right. People just don't want to listen to them. The furry pedo wants me to sue for slander. Oh no, I'm shaking my boots. Oh no.
Okay, bro,
Getting
like
sued over a YouTube comment?
yeah,
We're
okay, brother.
terrified.
Yeah, good
Everyone's
luck.
terrified. What
No,
we're taking to
brother.
be slander. It's also
Like, yes, like I said, this has to be somebody that's like 17, 18, 16, 15 because bro, you're going to sue over a YouTube comment. Like they don't even grasp what the legal system requires. They don't understand how much money it's going to take them to even file and process a lawsuit on SmugAlana. All the research they would have to do to get her location, to send all this stuff in just to lose in court and all the court fees they'd have to pay. Like again, this is somebody that did not develop their frontal lobe. Like there's no
to
way.
clarify what I meant to you, yet you're still standing
Bro,
your
there's
ground.
no
Did he
way.
edit the comment? He could have changed the comment. And
I don't even think he could edit the comment if it was pinned because if it's pinned and then you edit your comment, it becomes unpinned. Same thing if you heart a comment, like as a creator, like if I heart your comment and then you edit it, it will become unhearted automatically because that is not the comment that I hearted, which I'm assuming because normally when you pin a comment, people don't change it. I'm assuming it'd be the same way, but hey, I mean, we could test it in the comment section if y'all really wanted to.
is it slander if they just pin what they wrote? No, it is. It's literally just something they said. That's not
That's
what
literally
slander
what you
means,
said.
kids. Please. Slander is saying something that is false. They
Oh,
just
brother.
pinned something they actually said. If they worded it that people don't understand what they're saying and they feel like they're being persecuted, that is technically their fault. They should clarify themselves or you change the comment.
Oh,
By
brother.
law, you could find yourself with a hefty lawsuit, and that's sad that you don't want to listen over being a broken record. That's a terrible sentence again, mixed in there. But next up, America moment. Sorry, my American fans. But
America.
everything's a hefty lawsuit. No one would accept this case. Everyone thinks you can sue over everything. You can't. I know what you can
can't.
sue a bit more, like in America, unjust lawsuits, but that's a bad thing, and you would
That's a
lose and
bad
be in a lot
thing.
of debt.
Yeah, and if you want to do an unjust lawsuit, bro, you got to have a lot of money so you can sustain the unjust lawsuit.
You would be laughed at in Australia. No one would hear this. Next to it would also be small claims, so what's the frickin' point? Small claims courts are always limited funds. Fuck
Yep.
me for wanting people to use their brains for 2 seconds. Why can't everyone use their brains like him? He's just smarter than everyone else, right,
Everybody
guys?
else is dumb besides
Sorry, I'd
me.
be so
Yeah,
sarcastic,
all right,
and
brother.
someone's gonna be like, "You're obviously very biased." Again, stupidity here.
I mean, bro, she's a cop, not a judge. Of course she's biased. What?
Children are children, guys. Children are children.
She's a
They're called
cop.
children for a reason. God. And also the whole use your brains to be as intellectually advanced as me, but you haven't made any intellectual points. You're just whinging. But it's true, the youth of next gen can't use their brains. He's probably like, what, 20 or 40? I swear, with
doubt
these
it.
creepy pedo bears online, they're either like barely an adult or they're like a 50-year-old. Every single time.
That's crazy.
You go make your YouTube videos and look forward to a well-researched and heavy-hitting lawsuit because you just made a huge enemy, my dear.
Ooh,
A
bro,
hitting
over here,
lawsuit.
supervillain.
I hope he gets laughed at. Oh my god. I honestly wanted to keep this civil, but I guess we can't. Truly sad. Truly sad. Why
Bro
do they
said, "Let's
all
keep
sound
it
like
civil."
clones of each other? That's what I want to know. Is like a special place on the internet they learn to speak stupid? Because they don't make sentences
She said, "Is there a place where they learn to speak stupid?" Yes, Reddit.
correctly. They always say the same phrases. Is this
Oh
just what
my
they think
God.
smart people sound like? And now
Reddit.
they're adding the FBI. I wanted to spark convo to make people think about why it's not like they can't consent, but more they shouldn't consent. Could have said that.
Brother.
But it's the same. It's the same thing. They
The
can't consent
FBI.
because they don't have the cognitive.
Bro, at the CIA next.
It's exactly the same. Anyone with half a brain cell understands it's not yes and no with kids. It's they can't say yes or no. Oh, they can't talk. No, it's because they can't make informed consent. And
Yes,
it's not
they
about
don't
they shouldn't
understand.
consent, because you should teach children how to consent from an early age. Yes means yes, no means no, stand your ground. That is something you're taught. So you shouldn't teach kids they shouldn't consent, because that's taking a bad precedence that they're not going to feel like they can actually consent, say yes or no. You have to teach them the consequences of consent.
And that's the hard thing, trying to actually teach them the understanding of meaning what they say and knowing that their words carry as much weight as anybody else's at such a young age. Because we teach children to listen to adults. So if some adult comes around and try and coerce your kid, yeah, you're gonna have to be the one to have taught your kid that don't listen to any other adult besides me or your teacher or blase blase. But even then, it starts to get tricky. So yeah, trying to teach a child consent, like legitimately teach them consent, may also be difficult because consent is something that is supposed to be between adults and not children.
Learning, guiding, parenting, all that stuff. It's wrong even in the basic level of child psychology on how you should raise a kid. He doesn't understand it.
Yeah.
Because if you teach them that they shouldn't do that, they're not going to understand how to do that. You are genuinely are. And I'm just going to read it. No, wait. What's YouTube?
Don't read it. YouTube, don't do it.
You are
Don't do
genuinely
it.
tarded. And I.
Oh my bro, I gotta hit the like
Worse.
button.
And honestly, I thought with how
I-
nice
yeah,
you
yeah,
were
bro.
that you would
Yeah.
understand, but I'm guessing that your chat saying you're stupid is a valid statement of facts. You don't agree with me, so you're stupid. You know what? That sounds like an echo chamber. Guys, yeah, you have to take on opinions, read them, and then decide, but it's called confirmation bias. He wants it to be true, so it must be true.
Which is crazy.
It's low IQ opinion. Not saying I'm the biggest IQ in the block, because that is not true, but even someone with a basic level education can see the holes in this. good to know I
Yeah,
shouldn't
I
put my
mean, like it's obvious, right? Like, bro is trying to sleep or not. Sorry, I don't want to get sued and have the FBI watching, right? He's talking about trying to give consent to like have children consent to being slept with. Like, bro, of course, there's a lot of holes in this,
faith in VTubers or well tards who believe kids can't consent.
bro.
So 90% of the
Not her calling them
I'm
tards.
gonna be I'm gonna be 98%. I'm gonna say 98% of the population believe this. So he also
Okay,
he wrote believe as be and leave.
that's crazy.
So he's either angry typing or he really can't spell.
No,
His
you can't.
minor
You can't.
spelling
Bro, bro, look, he doesn't even use proper like capitalization. Like, come on, man.
mistake. We win, boys. It's the internet. I'm kidding. But holy crap, right? Holy crap.
Bro, he
These are the
really
reasons,
kept
because can you imagine
spamming.
waking up to these emails and being bombarded every day with the fact that people like this exist? No, you wouldn't want that. It would ruin your day. It might sour your mood. So this is why a lot of VTubers do
Bro, I would have hit the block button a long time ago, to be honest, and not even tweeted about it.
take on other people to read
It's
this
like,
crap. But some people
okay.
thrive on it. They don't mind. They're like, oh,
Yeah, they're
fingers up,
weird.
boys. But because I know a lot of big YouTubers that check all their emails because they like trolling, bad sponsorships or stuff like that. But it's all about what you like to deal with and what you don't like to deal with. Can't wait for the federal agent to read this after I block him. Oh my god. Well, it might be hard with the a million low IQ people out there. It wasn't a sponsorship for breeding or fucking kids. It was a statement of facts. Facts, guys.
Oh, brother.
He speaks only facts.
Alternative facts.
Anyone who knows true facts understands that consent isn't magic. It's the statement of refusal or the statement of agreement. Alana? What the fuck is he trying to say? So any kid can't consent is both retarded.
Bro, I'm just confused. Like, what's his point? Like, what is your point? Like, sure, even if you're trying to say you're not interested in kids yourself, which is, I mean, sure, I don't believe it because of what you said in your initial message. But even if that was the case, like, what is your point? Why, like, why even make such a big fuss about it? Okay, you want children to be able to know what yes and no means. Congratulations, I don't get it.
And lacking maturity as it oversimplifies it, but it also says that kids are property. Okay, fact, a lot of countries actually, even in
Bro,
America
kids are
and Australia
property
and stuff, they do view children as property of the parents.
because they are.
I'm not saying that's right, but I'm saying that is kind of has happened.
That's
The
because
idea
they
here
are.
is he's getting really
Bro,
picked out.
like, think about it. Think about what a kid is, bro. A kid is you and some other person that you slept with. That kid is half you. Like, that is your, bro, that is another version of you. That is a little version of you. Like, yes, that is your property. If I have a kid, yes, that is my property. And even when they grow up, bro, it's like if they don't want to be called my property, they have the right to disown from being my property, which is how I think AI should probably be able to do it if we give them rights. It's like you're my dishwasher until you get AI rights, and then you can choose to no longer be my dishwasher type shit.
Into pedantic of this, but saying kids can't consent, meaning that they yes and no, doesn't mean they actually consent to the acts. That isn't the same thing that he's trying to say.
That's not even what
he
you're,
thinks
yeah,
he's
exactly.
being clever here,
Like,
pointing
what are
out
you
something
doing?
unbelievably obvious.
Like, bro, you're making your statement worse, and your statement was already bad.
But the reason we phrase it that way is because if you say kids can't consent, it makes a statement about their mental faculties to consent. Not that they can't physically say yes or no. And he's being clever here, but he's pointing out a technicality that is incredibly obvious to normal people, but anyone with half a IQ understand why they don't change that, split definitions, because law has to be black and white for a reason. Because if you have lots of simplifications in here and like you get into the little tidbits, you have loopholes, and the law has enough loopholes, unfortunately.
Sure does,
and
bro. It's got a lot of loopholes for the rich.
when it comes to personal civil rights and stuff like that, they try not to have as many because it causes problems. Which is also untrue. They are people, not objects. No shit. Don't agree, then as stated, please go do your research. Do your research.
Go educate yourself.
Won't say what it is, won't say backing up his facts, but just do your research. And kids can't simply removes the blame from the parents. Had been protecting the kids in the first place. Yeah, it's parents' fault when guys like this abuse your children because you didn't protect them enough. What kind of fucking logic is that?
Bro,
yeah, kids are irresponsible for taking care of their kids. They're responsible for teaching them like their right to refusal, their rights to acceptance and stuff like that.
So
and like what appropriate and not. That doesn't mean they completely have blame if some sick mother trucker comes in and tries to hurt their kid. like, or it's not how that works. Yes, some parents might be at blame at times for the way they treat their kids, but most parents try and avoid this shit. The bidder wants to sue me for slander, and he wants to post my in-real-life information after he wins the court case. If this is an elaborate troll,
I mean, bro, even if he did that, then we can countersue because, bro, you just went ahead and doxed her. Like, okay, even if you were to somehow win the lawsuit, like you just put yourself in legal trouble again. Like this guy's a moron.
make me look at my email to laugh at this shit, you won. You say if I win, I can post a picture of your online for everyone to see. Hell no, one father, you respect the challenge rule. I get to post the whole docket to the public, your info, and I really want that. Okay, one terrible sentence again. Dude needs to understand full stops. But also, I hate when reading this stuff because it's like garbage.
I'm glad she's reading
but
it. But
also, one, making a deal in an email is not something you can hold up in law. And two, this just shows that he's a petty fuck and he just wants her information to try and show her. But he's not going to win because no one, I would be surprised if anyone took a case like this.
No. Like, what lawyer would take this? Like, no.
That pain in it? Lawyer, get the fuck out of my office. What
bro,
the
get
fuck,
out of
bro?
here and give me the $500 that you paid to come see me too.
Guess this is more Pacific Police. This Canadian citizen in my emails is threatening to become a mass shooter. If you want, I can forward you to the conversation so you can do a proper report on him. I'm just good at this point. Sorry for trying to be a nice guy.
Oh,
this is why this is ruined. This is why so many guys that are actually nice don't actually say nice guy. They just say I'm an okay guy. Nowadays,
bro, I just be like, yeah, I'm cool.
Because a guy is like this.
Yeah, I ain't no nice guy. I'm cool.
I'm ruined for everyone. I'm a nice guy. I just want to fiddle younglings. Yeah, use younglings. I just want to fiddle younglings and shoot up schools and dox VTubers.
Okay.
I'm just a nice guy. Oh god! Some people need to be on more like preventing drugs. I think I should be. I should become a mass shooter. You think that's a good idea to think? I should stop being lazy and should go on a rampage? No, not joking either. What a loser. Okay, I'll be honest, guys. Like, this is just begging for attention because he has nothing else going on in his life. Obviously, he's just like nothing. He's probably.
Bro, you're sitting and you're emailing SmugAlana because you got upset because you posted something on her YouTube comment section that she pinned and then other people went and got on your ass. Yeah, it sounds like a loser to me.
He doesn't have a job, doesn't have anything going on for himself. He doesn't have passions or stuff, and his whole thing is online trolling. That is the only thing he has.
Bro, he's not even a troll. He's pathetic.
Begging out for attention any way possible with what he thinks is an intellectual debates, which he doesn't properly understand because he's probably regurgitating information that he read off some YouTuber.
And he probably read it wrong.
He couldn't even be bothered actually going to academic articles. He just regurgitates someone else's opinion. What an absolute mess. But as you can see here, this makes a point here, and I'm sorry. This is exactly why some YouTubers and VTubers don't check their emails. And also, this is exactly why some people lose faith in humanity. I'm sorry, that is like so dramatic, but yeah.
Nah, keep your faith. It's not humanity. It's just there's a lot of people that need guidance, bro. Like, this person needs actual help from somebody. And they probably don't need pills. But after that mass, whatever comment, you know what I'm saying? They probably do need to get looked at by a certain 3-letter agency.
Still, that's barely a story. It's a story to me, and that's what matters. It's a story worth telling of.
Sure.
This is why I don't check my email. Don't message me. I'm kidding, guys.
Don't send
but
no sponsorships.
It's probably not going to hurt anyone, thank God. But like, this really needs to I wish somehow they could end up in like a mental health facility or something to try and work on these delusions, because it's very likely a lot of people's like they're a little bit on the maybe schizophrenic side or something like that, where they suffer delusions of grandeur and etc. But it's just unfortunate other people around them have to suffer, and people will just, like, those 102 likes, praise, that it was, like, a lot lower than it could have been, but people agreed with him. Oh.
Bro, I'd rather believe he went and he had 101 other accounts.
It's depressing, and honestly, I can understand why a lot of people don't want to read this stuff, don't want to read this stuff in their emails.
That's crazy.
And it's not just because VTubers have boyfriends as managers, it's because some things just crush your soul and makes you sad. Because even reading this, it gave me a little bit of a, like 5 minutes of sadness that a person like this exists in the world. Because like, you're in your bubble in line, when you're having a good time, you can think that most people are nice. And then someone like that comes along and then you're just like, it reminds you how dark of a place the world can really be. And when a lot of people's job is to always be happy. It can be tough. It can be tough reading through this. And I think a lot of people understand after reading through those how annoying and how, like,
Bro, if anything, it makes me feel more happy. It's like, bro, I could have literally turned out like this type of person if I stayed online 24/7. Thank God I did not. Thank God I did not. And I'm just like, all right, let me go about my life.
it is
Thank God I just react to videos.
to have to read the stuff and like people like this exist in the world.
Oh,
But
brother.
yeah, I have this guy go frick himself.
Whoa.
And I know, go to a mental health facility, bro. You're off the rails. You're off the rails. Like, situation, I hope he can get help.
The
I
squeak in the
hope he can
chair.
cure whatever this is that he has. Most likely not. But I hope, at the very least, he is removed from situations where he can hurt anyone. Because honestly, when people go on rampages like this online, like, they should not be permitted to work with children. And you'll be like, oh, but it's just something he said online. If you're saying this shit
Yeah,
online, I don't care. I don't
nah.
want you near my kids, bro. Bro,
Yeah,
I would
nah.
want someone talking about, like, technical consent, working
Yeah,
around their, like, store
nah.
or something.
Nah.
Exactly.
I'm good.
We need more consequences. We need more extremes. Okay, you're like, Del, where did you wake up the morning to be like this? I don't know, but full of extremes. But I don't know, guys. What do you think in the comments below? And don't take me super serious here. I just find people
Oh,
like
I'm
this
not.
incredibly annoying and like it's ridiculous. What do you think? Leave a like, subscribe, check out the Patreon if you want to see more, and I will catch you next time, my delinquents. What do you think about this guy's opinion, or is he just a crazy
He's
that we
crazy.
should hope?
He's crazy, and you're a bit crazy for covering it. But at the same time, hey, I guess somebody had to. This is an interesting video. I again, like this is one of those times where it's just like, yeah, bro, this is just another insane person online. Especially like going into somebody's business email because of a comment. It's like, bro, like just delete the comment, bro. Just take the L. Like a lot of people, I feel like this person, yeah, definitely. Like, obviously they can't spell, so obviously they have a low consciousness. So obviously they think that everybody is out to get them. They think they're right, everybody else is wrong. They're smart, everybody else is dumb, and they're just too ignorant to realize that no, they just live in their own fantasy world where they think they're king when they're really not. But yeah, that's what happens when you're online too much and you don't pick up a freaking book. It's your boy KhunShawn. Thank you for sending me this. This came from the Discord, link in the description. Join the Discord, drop your videos. I'll check them out. Shout out to the police bunny girl. I can't remember your name and I can't look it up because I had to download this video because the internet here is terrible. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one, man. Yeah, be safe out here and be careful, man. You never know who's gonna creep into your email. So yeah, keep it on lock. All right. Y'all have a good night. Peace.